Good morning. I just had a breakfast at the hotel. Met a very lovely dog, Max. Anyway, today was supposed to be a really rainy day. Cloudy and everything. It doesn't really look like. Feels like 35 degrees again. Probably more. Just want to find a place nearby in the shade and chill for a little bit and then visit some stuff. I don't know exactly what's the plan, but join me anyway. Walking on the train tracks, I feel like in that movie Stand By Me. Just trying to find a spot here somewhere.
You know, a couple of times already I said stuff like
tell you the story how I got here and what has happened so far. And yeah, I wanted to tell you from the beginning how my day started. So, how my trip started actually.
well, that moment is now. So while you enjoy my breakfast on screen, let me finally rewind a bit and take you back to the beginning of the trip. I basically want to talk about the flight with Qatar Airways, the arrival in Negombo, the first tuk-tuk ride, the first accommodation. I just want to review some stuff and talk about some others, just for a little bit. And I also prepared a little behind the scenes moment for you. Let's just say filming is not always easy and some people really want to sell you some stuff. Alright, but about that later. Now let's begin.
Hey guys, I'm in Colombo now. Find a really nice spot here. And yeah, let's start the story from the beginning. You can hear some waves. Hopefully you can hear me as well. Still very hot and humid outside. That doesn't change. I suppose it's gonna stay like this for the next couple of weeks or months. Beautiful sea here. Anyway, the idea was to fly to Colombo directly, but there's no such flight from Vienna. So I opted for Qatar Airways with a 2-hour layover in Doha. It's good, I can stretch a little bit, both myself, it's nice. Yeah, Qatar Airways, pretty nice. But okay, there were a few things. I don't want to be really picky, but they posted a menu, you know, for food and beverages online, but they didn't really have everything they said they would. Which, I don't know, it's a bit weird, especially for an airline this big, because you know how many passengers you're gonna have, and you could just take, like, I don't know, a bit more of each kind, and not just assume that 50% will want this and 50% that. I don't know, it can always be like 80-20, whatever. It's just it's not something really important. Yeah, I had some meaty treats with some salads and a lot of beverages, you know, like tomato juice and water, Coke. I mean, yeah, cannot say anything. They gave us a lot of beverages. I think every 5-10 minutes there's someone asking you if you want anything else, which is really nice. What else is it worth mentioning? They have the usual stuff like a map, so you see where you are at all times, some in-flight entertainment, like some music, but nothing really that I could have enjoyed. I had my MP3 player with me, so this old buddy, old pal was there, came to my rescue when I needed to listen to some music. I think I have that one for like almost 20 years. Yeah, I think it's like 20 years now. In-flight entertainment, played some chess. My nickname was Mr. Oryx, I think. You know, because it's a symbol of Qatar Airways. It's this Oryx. I think it's funny. It reminds me of that short video of Dave Phillip when he gets charged by an Oryx. Really nice. Okay, maybe I show it to you really quickly.
An Arabian oryx just chilling in the garden. Hello mate, are you any more dangerous? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They had a couple of games, a few movies, but again, nothing really. I had a feeling that the in-flight entertainment would have been, you know, something out of this world 10, 15, 20 years ago. Maybe it was not the most modern aircraft, I don't know. Still, I don't want to be picky, it was alright. I don't really want to insist much on my flights with Qatar, but someone, let's say a friend of mine, told me I should make an entire video about my flight, which I'm not gonna do, but yeah, at least to dedicate a few minutes to it, you know. There was this landing in Doha, which was really nice. I was pretty inspired to actually book a seat on the flight. I don't really like the middle seat. I suppose no one likes it though. I'm not so original here. Yeah, I always like, you know, to check stuff on the window. I don't really like the aisle either. I booked on this flight a window seat on the right hand side, which was brilliant because during the landing you can see these type of images. It's quite nice, isn't it? Seeing Doha from above, a city this large, and these football stadiums they used for the World Cup 22. Yeah, it was an experience. It was a highlight of my flight, definitely. Then I had a 2-hour layover in Doha, like I told you. Pretty airport, modern, large, super expensive, I should say. But yeah, it was not too long, not too short. Plenty of time to catch my connection. Everything went smoothly. On the second flight, I had this spicy chicken, which was really good. Again, it was not my first option. I think my first option, what was it? Paneer tikka masala, yeah. But again, they didn't have it. It was not available. Probably was sold out again. But this spicy chicken that I had, it was really good. So I don't regret it. I give you the point back, Qatar Airways, for serving a nice meal, even when it's not the first choice of the passenger. That was kind of it. Like, this meal was the highlight. I slept for 1 hour, I guess, and played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for about 1 hour probably. The questions got a bit repetitive at some point, but it was fun nevertheless, and I got to win $1 million only one time, unfortunately. But where's my money anyway? Oh yeah, and I played chess on my phone with Carlos Alcaraz, the tennis player. It's very, very generous of him to play against someone, you know, my level. Thank you, Carlos. I kind of destroyed him actually. That was not very nice of me. I'm pretty sure he will get over it. Then I reached the airport and the craziness started. You know, on the flight there's constant temperature, but Colombo airport was a shock for me because it was so hot and humid. It felt like 45 degrees. And you know, coming from Vienna early that day, it was like 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. And then in the evening, or it was already night, I'm pretty sure it was over 40 degrees and 99% humidity in Colombo. It was really shock. I already had visa. You know, I applied for it a few weeks back. I got it within 1 hour, I think. It's pretty good. Really good job, Sri Lanka, at giving visas. Really nice, really fast. It's not expensive. I think it was like $50 and really good service. But despite the fact I already had the visa, I still had to fill out an extra form. It was this monster, never-ending queue. Yeah, and the owner of the hotel, which was actually a homestay, so the owner of the homestay, was waiting for me at the airport, you know, to pick me up, and I texted him that it's gonna take like 45 minutes extra, or 1 hour. Sorry, I don't know if you're watching the video, probably not, but sorry you had to wait. My plan was to buy a SIM card at the airport, withdraw some money, but I didn't really have time for either of these because that guy was already waiting for me quite a long time, so I didn't want to prolong this process. From here, it only gets better. This super friendly guy picks me up, Danish, I think it's his name, and yeah, we ride the tuk-tuk to the homestay in Negombo. The initial plan was to book an accommodation in Colombo and, you know, arrive at the airport, ride a tuk-tuk or a taxi or something to Colombo, sleep, wake up the next day, and I'm already in the big city. But then I checked the map, kind of changed my mind, because Colombo city is like 45 to 1 hour car ride from the airport. I knew I'm gonna land at about 2 at night, so plus 1 extra hour on the way. I don't know, I didn't really want to waste so much time, so I thought to myself, how about I find an accommodation really nice in Negombo. Then I found this one. What I also appreciated was that it was posted on booking.com, link in the description if you want to check it, that there's a free shuttle. So even better, I don't need to, you know, haggle, negotiate a price at this hour in the morning, at night, whatever. So brilliant, it's a perfect start. I come there confused and tired in a new country, and some nice man just takes me home to my new home. We stopped on the way. I'm gonna show you really quickly. This is the tuk-tuk we are driving. Got picked up at the airport. I don't even know how I look like. I don't think I want to know either. But the adventure has begun. That's really nice. Otherwise, a lot of guys offered me a taxi ride, but who knows? Probably I would have paid 10 times more. I mean, or infinite times more, because this service is actually included by the homestay. And here my battery died. I didn't know. I thought the guy wants to buy something. I was confused. I didn't even realize it was a store. I thought maybe he either wants to buy something or put some gas or something like that. But no, the sweetest thing just happened. He bought me a bottle of water, 1 liter of fresh water. That's really nice. I mean, I was really thirsty, but didn't think of buying myself water. Didn't really have time at the airport, and I didn't want to, you know, let him wait even longer than he had to. So yeah, he thought about it. Hey, this guy, maybe he's thirsty. Didn't even ask me. He just bought me a bottle of water. It was really impressive. Really appreciated it. Yeah. Then we got to the accommodation. I can show you my room real quickly. There you go. Here's a quick room tour. Here we have a couch with some rupees. And yeah, my stuff here. It's a table, nice decorations, Wi-Fi password, really nice bed. Look at this mosquito net. It's really nice, fresh towels. Looks very clean. What we have here, a fan. It's really humid, really hot. In Austria there were like 2 or 3 degrees Celsius today in the morning when I left, and here it's up to 30 plus the humidity. It's almost unbearable. Here we have a bottle of water that the owner bought it for me on the way here. That was really lovely. My jacket, another backpack. I don't know what's there, but I don't want to check. A mirror with a sink in my room. And here we have a toilet. And next to it a shower, which I really need to use right now. I'm a stinker. Nice. Toilet paper. So, what do you reckon? It's a pretty good deal. I think $21, something like that. 22, I don't remember. For this really nice room in Negombo, close to the airport. Free ride from the airport included. And yeah, like I said, the owner bought a bottle of water for me as well, and breakfast included in the morning. I would like to wake up, you know, at 6-7 these days when I'm in Sri Lanka, these weeks,
but tomorrow I'm not going to be able to. It's already 4 in the morning, so we agreed for a 10 a.m. breakfast. I'm gonna take a shower, try to catch 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but I'm really excited. The adventure has begun.
Now let's go have a drink, some fresh water or something, and go explore Goldface Green or Peta or something like that. Alright. I know it looks a bit dark outside, but it's really hot and humid. Repeating myself much? Hello, sir. How are you?
What is your name?
Gabriel.
Every, my name Kasun. You come. This is Devia. You are the most.
Yes, in Peta.
Yeah, Peta.
Yeah, I know.
You are the one gold face. You are the parliament. You are tower. You are Hindu Kovi. You are Gangarama temple. You are going to Victoria Park. You are going to museum. You are around the world.
Nice.
Good place, yeah.
Oh, there's a train passing.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're selling the store or?
Tourist, yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
It's a nice, beautiful place, brother. You going to photo?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know these places. I know where they are, and maybe I go visit later, but I don't need a tour. I just go on my own.
Where are going you? Where are going you?
No. Now I'm staying around here for a bit, chilling, and later, yeah, maybe Goldface Green or Peta. But I walk or I take a tuk-tuk later.
Yeah, you going to this one. You are Peta.
Yeah, probably this one
Peta.
first, and then walk to this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
You going normally tuk-tuk, only coffee.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe, but later anyway. Now I'm good. I'm staying here. Thank you.
We have the full body massage. Nice
No, I'm
place,
good. I'm not
good
into
place.
that.
Sri Lankan girl, Thailand girl,
No, I'm good.
Chinese girl.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, only 5 minutes time going to this one. You are the shopping.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you. I just stay around here. See ya.